is the one to watch, but it's Toby Kane in the LW2 class from Australia who gets us underway. 10th in Vancouver. What can he produce here? He's had his best results in technical disciplines. And his first intermediate time is 42.53. The Australian team, along with the Norwegians, the Swiss and French, chartered a plane from Zurich after the last round in Tarvisa on the World Cup to bring them to Sochi. And part of the thinking behind that chartering of the plane was that their luggage wouldn't get lost, but a whole lot of luggage was lost on the charter flight, so a lot of the team's preparations was disrupted because of the loss of equipment. And Kane very late in the line getting thrown outside the blue line that you can see. That's just for guide for the skiers. It doesn't matter if they go outside of it, so long as they make the control gates, that's all that matters. And Kane's time 1:26.25. Now Alexander Vetrov of Russia in the LW5-7 class. His first Paralympics, no World Championship medals. He would have gone to Vancouver 4 years ago, but he was only 14 and the age limit to compete in the Winter Paralympic Games is 15, so a chance for him now to get going. And you can see skiing with no poles. Those of you that ski as a pastime will know how difficult it is to ski recreationally without any poles, let alone race. Vetrov makes it look ever so easy. Now he's 4 seconds the wrong side of the clock. The time set by Toby Kane. The crowd going absolutely bonkers down here in the finish area, and Vetrov stops the time 3.94 off the pace of Kane. Mitchell Gourlay of Australia next out of the gates. He was one that lost a lot of equipment on the charter flight. Sixth in the world rankings. And that translates in the time, 0.12, the right side of the clock. His teammate Toby Kane. Gourlay into that aerodynamic tuck position. You can see the course starting to cut up a little bit. Clatters the gate as he goes over the jump. Really tough, but he's the wrong side of the clock now. He's lost almost a second from intermediate 1 to intermediate 2. And Gourlay is going to have to absolutely fly down this bottom half of the course here if he's to overtake Toby Kane. Just gets a little wide on that control gate, straightens the line through that blue gate, and he goes second, 0.46 off the pace of Toby Kane. Kirk Sean Steiner, Canada, the next out of the start hut. Didn't race downhill in Vancouver. And his best finish in the major championship was 12th in the downhill, the World Championship in 2011, and he's had an equipment failure there. His right ski is just detached, and Sean Stein ends up in the netting. Oh dearie me, one of the steepest parts of the track. Just have a look at his right ski here as he goes into the turn. Just gets bounced out, and from there is no coming back. And he just slides into the netting. Unfortunately for him, his other ski doesn't come off. He could do himself some real damage there if that ski catches nasty. Let's hope he's okay. Wow. Disappointment for the Canadian fans at the bottom of the track. They'll still have more to cheer about when Braden Luscombe comes down, but Schornstein, well, he's okay. He's up on his feet, much to the relief of the Canadian supporters in the crowd. But a real heart-stopping moment for the Canadian skier. Right, it's going to come down with a 20-year-old given a real shock. You can see how soft the snow is there, just as Schornstein comes slip sliding down. You can see the sugary snow building up underneath the ski.
Hey, sorry, Joe, buddy.
So the yellow flag is still out while we make sure that the netting is okay. Schornstein still awaiting his ski. All the skiers getting a really good reception from the whole crowd down in the finish area. Some of our VI skiers. Vladimir Dudas at the bottom. Schornstein just being spoken to by one of the coaches. And it's Thomas Phil of Switzerland who has to wait in the gate. The LW 9-2 class. Kiesja van der Kloester, you just saw there in his sit ski. Going through the run in his mind. See there in the middle, Toby Kane set the fastest time. And the Australian supporters understandably delighted, but still plenty of good skiers to come, including Marco Sato of Austria, who's after Thomas Phil. Now the wand is across and Phil is good to go. Double medalist from Turin. Came second in the World Championships in downhill in 2004. He's been on the circuit for a long time. The 27-year-old. Nice and tight through that right-footed turn. Now, 42.41. Well, actually, 42.41 was the fastest time. That was Gourlay, but he didn't end up being quickest. The time of Kane at the first step was 42.53. And as you can see, Phil is just over 6/10 the wrong side of the clock. 1:08.78. The next time it came down the bottom of this pitch. Here it is. And now Phil over 2 seconds off the pace. 1:22 on the clock though. Over 75 miles an hour. If you deal in that currency of speed. And Phil tucks for the line. 1:26.25 comes and goes. Third for the time being. 2 seconds off the pace. Vetrov is pushed down into fourth. So here's the man to beat, Markus Salcher of Austria. Won both training runs. Didn't race the downhill in Vancouver. He won the World Championship downhill as well. And his time, well, can't be split from Kane at the first intermediate split point. His father, in fact, coached the Austrian Paralympic team in Turin. So skiing runs in his family. Now, Salcher, a wobble on that left ski as he comes over the terrain change into the tuck. Wow, he's behind. Oh, he's in front side by 0.37. Salcher looking for yet another Austrian gold medal in the Alpine discipline. The time to beat of Kane, 1:26.25. And he's inside, he must be inside by almost 2 seconds. Markus Salcher leads the way in the men's downhill standing. Brilliant run from the Austrian. Now, Vincent Gauthier-Manuel of France is one of those skiers that could get the better of Salcher. Second in both training runs. That's a big air off the jump, and he manages to keep it together well. He won both runs here when the World Cup came for the test event, and 1:28.4 is quick, just under 80 miles an hour. He's absolutely flying here. Now, can Gauthier-Manuel get inside the time? 1:24.35. No, he can't. He's outside. He goes second. 0.95 off the pace. Well, the favourites coming thick and fast now. Matthias Lanzinger of Austria, the next skier out of the gate. Third in the World Cup rankings, behind Markus Salcher, who has won every single downhill on the World Cup Tour this year. Would be a huge surprise if Salcher didn't win here. And we don't have a first intermediate time for Salcher. Lanzinger is pretty comparable on the top part. Now Salcher's next time, 1:08.41. Oh, it's close, it's 0.31 the difference. Lanzinger, can he cause an upset here? Can he get in front of his compatriot Markus Salcher? Or will Salcher hang on? 1:24.35, the time of Salcher. Lanzinger, he's missed it by how much? 1.22, goes third. Braden Luscombe of Canada, the next man to leave the starter. Didn't finish either of the training runs. The World Championship downhill Lanolin in 2013, and he's not going to finish here either. Braden Luscombe just gets his balance all wrong, and he is out of the downhill. Just getting bobbled around, and then into the back seat, pitch forward. No way back, unfortunately, for 21-year-olds. So the two youngsters from Canada, Kirk Schornstein and Braden Luscombe, coming to grief on this downhill course. Disappointment for Luscombe. He will have other disciplines to race. Now, the first of our Dutch skiers, Bart Verbruggen, in the LW 9-1 category. It's his first Paralympics. Didn't finish training 1 and was 17th in training 2. He's only skiing the speed events. 4th at the World Championships though, so he can bring a surprise. And he's getting bounced around in the turns, especially after that gate. And he's a long way off the paces for Verbruggen. The course starting to soften up. And he's run wide there off the jump. And that time difference of 3.5 on short will be bigger at this next time of 1:08.41. It is going to 4.76 now. Speed of 116 through the gun. 72 miles an hour, just over. And Verbruggen, inside of the finish, stops the clock. 1:30.32, just under 6 seconds off the pace of Salcha. Next up, Michael Brugger of Switzerland, 3rd in Vancouver 4 years ago in the downhill, 2nd at the World Championships. He is a self-confessed lover of speed. Now, can he bring his experience to this course? He's already behind on the clock by 0.54 of a second. Can he pick it up through this middle section? 1:08.41. This is going to be close. 1.28. That's not good enough for a medal at the moment for Brugger. He's going to have to get a shift on here. A little wide of that final terrain change. 1:24.35, 1:73. He is 4th. Half a second slower than Lanzinger, who is 3rd. Now, the crowd are going to go bonkers at the bottom here because it's Alexei Bugayev of Russia in the start house next. Bugayev 2nd in the World Cup rankings at the moment. No wins on the tour, World Cup tour this season, but does have a second from Panorama, the first race of the season. Now, how's he going at the start of this race? Oh, he's 3/4 of a second the right side of the clock, and they've seen it down in the finish area, and they ramp up the noise just a little bit more. Lovely form off that jump for Bugayev. Now, Marcus Salcha under real threat now from the Russian. Just 16 years of age in the back seat, gets the weight forward, and he's still the right side of the clock. He's half a second the right side of the clock. 78 miles an hour for Bugayev. Comes inside of the finish now, and they're going absolutely crazy. 1:24.35. Bugayev for gold! No! 6/100ths of a second the wrong side of the clock. Salcha holds on. Bugayev can't believe it. He will be happy when the dust settles, I'm sure. But to be so close to a gold medal was very frustrating for him. So, Kakuta Koike of Japan, the next out of the start hut, and in the back seat already. How is he at the first time split? The remaining skiers, based on past results, unlikely to get near to Marcus Salcher. And perhaps, just perhaps, a little winding of the windows over the jump by Bugayev cost him his gold medal. Oh, there's a big stack. Now, let's hope Kakuta Koike is okay. He's moving. That is a bonus. His skis come off. That is also a bonus. He's taken a clatter to the head, though, I think. Anxious moments. The Japan supporters in the finish area. They should take heart from the fact that he's moving. Let's have another look. Just gets caught in the back seat a little bit and can't get the pressure down onto the ski to see him into the turn. He just gets bounced out of it. Didn't quite have the strength in the legs to get himself out of trouble. Skiing the LW68 class. Skiers an impairment in one arm. Now, Romain Ribou of France, the next skier out of the hut, has Winter Paralympic medals to his name. And Turin, in giant slalom and super G, he's a silver medalist there. A world champion in GS, so I think his time is still to come. Now, DNF's just popped up on the screen. I'm not sure. Well, he is DNF'd. Now, Ribou gets it wrong. Disappointment.
What's their transport jet for reruns here? Somewhere, or what do they do?
Well, picking up the skiers. A little later on down the course, we were recording of their start because the start intervals, well, in fact, it's a rerun. The starter sets Ribou off at the wrong time. The flag was still out, so Romain Ribou, annoyingly for him, has to go back and do it all over again. Miscommunication. They're obviously still sorting out the fence from Kakuta Koike's crash. That's our 1, 2, 3. Salcher, Bugayev, Gautier, Manuel. Sort this one out. Is there a skidder at the side of the piece that they can take him back up to the top? Well, the yellow flag, as you can see, still out. Somehow that wasn't seen. And the crowd, as you can hear on the effects mic, just themselves heard because Alexander Alaviev of Russia, the next skier to go.
Hello, how are you doing? Yes?
The very relaxed
Did I like to
up at the top, going through the motions. French supporters, well, there you go. Rebu's on his way. The gate judge just getting him out of the track. And we'll have to wait until now that fence is repaired as well. This is our penultimate gold medal to be decided on day one of competition, the 2014 Paralympic Winter Games. This is where we're currently at the men's downhill standing competition. Salchev and Bugayev from Gautier Manuel. Toby Kane, our long-time leader, now sixth. Just to recap, Markasova won gold in the VI. Well, that is Alabiev. He'll be there for a while yet. Before he's pulled forward. So yeah, Markasova took gold in the women's VI downhill. Jade Etherington took the silver. Markasova from Slovakia, Etherington from Great Britain. And,
That is not true for me.
Alexandra Frantseva of Russia took the bronze, which is first medals in the Alpine discipline at least. There is the rigger system of the monoski. These races still to come. Expect some really quick speeds from these boys. Over 140 kilometers per hour in training. Equates to just a little bit under 87 miles an hour. There is the skidoo. Roman Rebu will be whizzed back up to the top. Well, taken a bit of a clash. That is Goiki, Kikuta Goiki, who just had that fall that kept us back. Now, Alexander Alabiev is the next skier out the hut. We're ready to go again. 3 more after the Russian skier. And the 24-year-old is out on course. To have another look at this track, and not the sunshine we had earlier in the day. And the light just a little flatter, which will make conditions a little tougher for the skiers. You can see Alabiev wearing a orange lens in his goggles. 42.53, the first time split, which comes on this left-footed turn, and Alabiev 0.81 off the pace. Winding up the windows there. Off the jump. And 1:08.41, the next time split. Salcha's time is safe, but by how much? 2.72, 1:23 on the clock, 76.5 miles per hour for Alabiev. 1:24.35 isn't going to be beaten by Alexander Alabiev, who stops the clock at a time of 1:28.7, 4.35 off the pace, goes ninth. Slots in behind Thomas Phil of Switzerland and just in front of Alexander Vetrov of Russia. Christian Lantala of Italy, the next skier out of the hut. Ninth in Vancouver 4 years ago, his fourth Paralympic Games, silver medalist from the Salt Lake Paralympics in 2002 in downhill. He's also a water skiing world champion. Picked that title up in 2009. Tries to get into that aerodynamic position, but very difficult to do because you catch an edge and you are over. There is no way you're going to be able to react quick enough to get it back under control, but Lantala trying to make it as quick as possible. 2.62 off the pace, 120.6. 2.62, good enough for 8th position at the moment. Can he find some time on this bottom part? Lantala inside of the finish. 1:24.35 won't be beaten, but he goes 8th. 1:27.99, 3.64 off the pace. He's down. Let's hope he's okay. Right. This is Hiraku Misawa of Japan in the LW2 class. Need to push himself out of the start. 6th and 5th in training, and 0.35 off the pace is a good start from Misawa. The Japanese Alpine team, whoa, as he winds the windows down. But changed coach since Vancouver. They were quiet for the first 2 years, but in the last couple have really been laying down some results. Now Misawa coming up to the next split time, 1:08.41, and he is almost 2 seconds off the pace and slower too. 72 miles an hour, 117 kph. So Misawa won't beat Salcha's time, so it'll be left to Romain Ribou of France. Misawa goes 9th. Slots in behind Christian Lantala, who went just before him. Not a bad result for Hiraku Misawa. Well, they say that's the result. We still have another skier to come. Of course, Romain Ribou has a reski, but Salcha leads the way from Bugayev and Gauthier Manuel. That's your gold, silver and bronze in the men's downhill standing for the moment. The long-time leader, Toby Kane, has ended up 6th. The two Canadians, Seanstein and Luscombe, not finished. As there's Goike, who had a big fall at the bottom. And Romain Ribou has been taken back up to the top. The French supporters are waiting.
We have a last rider, last racer here. The rerun from the French.
That's the 1, 2, 3, but the director. Now that's the French coaches. What can their man do here? Ribou and taken back up to the top, so it will be a few moments before we see him in the start hut again. There he is. So Romain Ribou, for the second time of asking, will give this men's downhill standing course a shot. Well, how much adrenaline has been taken out by that first run? How much energy? Started there. And he goes with 3 seconds to the beep. And as he goes, so do the course workers get to work. Doing the die. Smoothing out the line. Ribu in trouble on that left-footed turn on the traverse. Oh, it's really, really bumpy up there now. And Ribu must have found every single rut on that traverse. Get the line wrong and it's going to be really, really rough. .52.53, the first split time for Salcha, which is after this gate. Coming up now, Ribu is 1.61 off the pace. Difficult conditions for Romain Ribu in which to race. They're saying 23rd in Vancouver, the silver medalist in giant slalom Super G from the 06 Winter Paralympic Games. As well as picking up the gold medal at the World Championships in giant slalom back in 04 in Austria, 120 through the speed gun, 74.5 miles per hour. .124.35 is not going to be beaten. Ribu, the second time of asking, goes 12, 4.85 off the pace. And you have to feel for him, having had to ski that run twice. So now we can give you the results of the men's downhill standing. Marcus Salcha continues his brilliant season, won every race on the World Cup circuit, and he's also won the Paralympic title. So add to the World Championship title he won last year. 3 non-finishers, Schornstein, Luscombe and Koike. Ribu finishes 12th. But how close was it at the top? Bugayev of Russia, second. 6 100ths of a second behind Salcha, having had the green light all the way down the track until the very, very end. So, stage is set for just one more category, the sitting category.